back to the channel. Morning chat. That's a good morning chat, and also announcing that we're having a morning chat right now. They're gonna put me live? Back to the channel. Morning. Okay, I am live. Started freaking out for a second. See if any notifications go out. I know this is the small channel, but I'm not firing up an Odyssey stream until tonight. We'll have the interview at 5 p.m. Eastern with Mike Gill. We'll be talking a lot about Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, New Hampshire. It's a very, very deep dive that I think you guys will be very interested in. I've noticed a big boost in subscribers. It seems like a lot of people want to see this interview and just are very they just want to see what's going on. They just want to hear the story and see what Mike Gill has to say. He's a whistleblower. He has documentation. He has footage. He has a lot of shit out there. What's up, Adam? Good to see you. Yeah, these streams are like extremely small. Don't really get a lot of views on them because the channel is small. The channel's new. I tried to put this one in advance a little bit, but we'll see if anybody pops in. I'll pull up some stuff along the way. Also said if anyone's in the Discord and they wanted to pop into the general voice chat, they could do that as well. I'll just put that up there. And then people, if they want to pop in, they can. This is just a clip channel, Adam, just for if I want to put some Odyssey clips over here. It'll kind of get people to go to Odyssey to watch the full show. I don't plan on doing anything with it, doing like full live streams or really even any full videos at this point, because they'll just take them down. But when you start a stream and there's two people, it's tough to get into a rhythm, because usually I like to see the chat in these streams and hang out with the people and kind of shoot the shit back and forth. So we'll see if anybody shows up. If not, we'll just kind of kill it, make it private, and it never happened. So tonight, as you see by the thumbnail, 5 p.m. Eastern, I will have Mike Gill on, whistleblower. You're locked out of Odyssey. I'm sure you can still watch the interview, though. Just like incognito window, Odyssey, open it up, go to my channel. You might not be able to chat, but you could, or make a new account. Just make a new account. 2 ways to get around that. I'm sure you can get back in. It won't be an issue. So, when I have Mike Gill on, this is old school. He's gonna be calling me. I tried to set him up with StreamYards, all this different stuff. We're going with a phone call. We're going with a phone call. Having a bowl of coffee. This is a mug, my friend. This is just a big boy mug. I gotta start the day right, because I'll need a Red Bull by 5 p.m. as I complain about chemicals in the water. But as he's speaking, what's up, RT? Distinguished gentleman yourself. As he's speaking, I will be pulling up documents. I'll be pulling up articles. I'll be pulling up interviews, videos to corroborate everything he's saying. It's people are really gonna enjoy this. No, he insisted just do the phone call. He wants everything recorded. He wants the phone call recorded just in case anything happens. We're talking about somebody that, has had his life threatened, has been attacked. This isn't like just some small guy coming out of nowhere. And it boils down to, you really can't boil it down, but they're telling you in the media that James O'Keefe was ousted from the company that he founded because he was mean to employees and a hard boss to work for. That makes zero sense. That makes zero sense. That wouldn't happen. On the other side, people also think Project Veritas is so dumb that they don't understand by getting, or James O'Keefe resigning, or them getting rid of him, that they're going to lose millions of dollars. Trust me, they're not that stupid. There's a whole board of directors. Then there's other people saying that this is a coup to take over Project Veritas. Well, without James O'Keefe, you don't have Project Veritas, so that's a dumb idea. So why all of a sudden does James O'Keefe need to take 3 weeks off and basically hasn't tweeted other than one video where he's in the boardroom speaking from the heart about how authentic his journalism has been? I'll tell you guys right now, his biggest videos that he's done has been on Pfizer, and it's been on those stupid Dominion voting machines. Do you know who James O'Keefe's lawyer is? Do you know who Dominion's voting machines lawyer is? It's a woman named Libby Locke. And she's an attorney that represents Dominion. And she also represents Project Veritas. So if that's not a conflict of interest and a little suspect, I don't know what is. Mike Gill will get into the $50 million he was offered. This is signed, documented. They wanted him to basically keep quiet on the story and have them all in this document and settlement of $50 million, that they would all be able to, how do I put this? It's not an agreement. I'm trying to think of the legal term here. I'm just a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. They needed... I'm so retarded for not remembering this word right now. I need more coffee. Releases. They needed releases. And you'll see the names of people that asked for releases. This goes up to Liberty Mutual. This goes up to the parent company of Liberty Mutual. This goes to the IRS. This goes to the DEA's office. This goes to the FBI. This goes to Bill Sheehan. This goes to Sununu. This goes to... Sununu is the son of the former chief of staff of George W. Bush, his father, Sununu. A lot of players in this, but they all are in New Hampshire. What's so special about New Hampshire? Well, New Hampshire is a very small place. So James O'Keefe, all these other people that are involved in this say, 20,000 of you, we want 20,000 of you libertarians to come down here and we'll have our own community. It's a front. It's a cartel. It's a way for them to take over this small city. Brendan O'Connell compared it to something like Mena, Arkansas, where you control just this little area and you're the distribution center for everything around there. So when you control the judges, you control the airport, you control the agents, you control everything going on in the town, you can get away with a lot. And what are they getting away with? They're getting away with fentanyl distribution. And Mike Gill has a video, plain as day, on his website, where he goes up to the DEA agent in New Hampshire and tells him, you're saying the record bust for fentanyl in this state is... I forgot how many pounds it was. It was in pounds, though. And Mike Gill hands him the information of the drug dealers and the cartel for tons and tons of fentanyl. And he shows them, and he tells them where it is. It's in this 18-wheeler. This is where you'll find it. This is who's behind it. 2 weeks later on the news, the DEA agent comes out and takes full credit for making this bust. This is some of the shit that's going to be uncovered tonight. Did someone say, is James O'Keefe involved in this? Okay, so James O'Keefe is a blackmail artist. This is his kind of role from what I'm saying. This is Mike's story, so I'm not going to speak out of pocket about things I don't know because it's very deep. From what I can understand about James O'Keefe is he made his name pre-Pandora Papers becoming public, having access to the Pandora Papers and blackmailing and extorting politicians that were named in those papers, thinking they would never go public. And they went public about 2 years later after that. Now, how dirty does James O'Keefe get? I'll let Mike Gill explain exactly how deep it gets with him. But Veritas has always been a front. It's always been staged videos. It's always been bullshit. You can't have a conflict of interest exposing people and then also share the same lawyer as them. It just doesn't make sense. So let me see if I can pull some of this stuff up. You guys will be able to hear it in the background. Now it's already set up on Odyssey, so you can set up a notification on Odyssey right now. All I ask is you share the video, you engage in the chat if you can, and if you can support the channel, that would be great. I told Mike that any donations that come in today for this interview, I'm just going to split. A lot of channels don't do this, but I'm just going to split any donations that come in right down the middle with him for the cause that he's trying to do right now. He basically just needs protection at this point. He basically just needs, he turned down $50 million from these guys. So it's not about the money for him. He was running for governor in New Hampshire and saw all this corruption, tried to bring it to the people that he thought would say, oh, yeah, this is corruption, let's go after this. And then he didn't come from it. He's not a conspiracy guy. He came from a normal outlook on things. This is corrupt. I'm going to bring it to the people like the DEA and the FBI and governors and try to expose this corruption and, clean up New Hampshire. And he quickly realized that they were all part of it and all helping cover it up. So let me see. I got a couple things here. And there's a lot of journalists involved in this. There's a lot of journalists that cover up for these people. Most notably, like the Epoch Times, a lot of the conservative websites.
Morris Mahoney. Now, Morris Mahoney pretended to be.
I'm trying to get this interview pulled up really quick.
I wasn't suing them. I was trying to put them in jail. I was using Morris Mahoney, and you'll hear recordings saying,
can you guys hear that?
Because they could get me a case with the FBI. That's what they were for. They sat on it to get past that statute of limitations. It turns out Liberty, who offered the $50 million, is their biggest client in the world. Okay? So they are on it, and that settlement is signed.
Now he's doing an interview with Patrick Howley of the Epoch Times, who he's giving all this information, documented information, signed information. The $50 million that was offered to him was not only just in an email, but it was in a signed settlement offer that came with stipulations, which is why he said, why would I take $50 million if you're just taking all my information and I have no recourse? And it's signed. It's 100% signed by the party that was going to give him $25 million from Liberty Mutual, parent company Liberty, $25 million from another entity.
Now think about this. You know that someone?
And Epoch Times, who's interviewing him right now, took this evidence, didn't publish it, and now they're trying to discredit him years later. They're tweet sniping and then blocking people. They've already blocked me just because I'm doing an interview with the guy. So what do they have to hide?
Bill Shaheen. It was on it. The banking department, the banking commission, the Department of Revenue. Every lawyer that I had through the divorce, through the business, all requesting their releases, including the IRS.
Okay, so just go back to this. So how do they offer you a settlement if you're not suing?
Here it is. Why, how about this? I didn't have to sue them, I just was gonna put them in jail.
But, so they preemptively offered you.
What happened was, when they turned around and I caught them, they wanted me to go, and I have recordings, Nick Alexander, to go to a hotel room, never to meet all the other people involved. And they wanted to settle. And I said, I'm not doing it. Simple put. And you'll see the emails to verify that. You ready? I said, I will not give you a release. It wasn't about the money, it was about the releases. And you'll see coinciding emails that saying, I wouldn't take it. You'll see a tape from Married from the Mob. The woman was there to offer me $50 million, and she admitted it.
Just to be clear, in offering you a $50 million settlement, who specifically offered you that?
Liberty. Here it is. You know.
No, the guy from Epoch Times is so dumb that he doesn't understand what liberty is. He doesn't understand liberty. Like, he doesn't understand that it's Liberty Mutual. It's like one of the biggest power players in the game. And who's Liberty Mutual? How would they be able to offer you $50 million? It's like, it's fucking Liberty Mutual, and their parent company is Liberty, and they're even more wealthy than Liberty Mutual.
Now understand this. What they do is, they wanted me to, what it is a stipulation.
It's a big cup of coffee.
Don't tell anybody. Now let's take a look, right? The wife's attorney, my attorney, all these attorneys. Mm-hmm. Look. Matt Kozel, Alex Walker wants a release. Justice, Maria, all these people want a release. And what for?
Now, Alex Walker, he's a guy that runs a Christian hospital in New Hampshire. And they run the hospitals, they run the drug centers, they run the rehab clinics, they run the, all everything that you think of the people are in. And this is where you get into fentanyl trafficking.
Okay, well, we are away. I've been talking extensively with Mike. A lot of things has happened. James O'Keefe has resigned. We told you he wasn't coming back. I mean, I hope he gets Eric Prince to give him some bodyguards, him and Patrick Harvey, because, let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. I can't be bothered editing that great song in. Not being mean, but, when the cleanup operation begins, whew, I don't know, but I'm used to living with death threats. I don't know how, as is Mike, the king of the death threat and real imminent danger. I wonder how Patrick Howley and James O'Keefe will go, to name but a few. Patrick Howley, stop lying through your teeth. I got the 3 hours. I have a copy of the 3-hour interview. So stop it. Now, this is a 6-minute section. I'm putting in a hour-and-a-half video, which is to do with my usual talk that I do. It's a good one. That'll be up in about 24 to 36 hours. This is 6 to 7 minutes. This will give anyone unfamiliar with this case, and even if you sort of know what's going on, this will really help you get it around your head.
All right, so I'm going to play a little bit of this. I know you guys can't see it, but it's Mike Gill. He's approaching a DEA agent in New Hampshire, explaining to him about a large shipment of fentanyl. And this guy is, I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about this. 2 weeks later, this guy's on Fox News taking all the credit for uncovering this huge bust. But on record in the United States, it's not recorded as the biggest bust in fentanyl. Where did the fentanyl go? Where did the money go?
Out well and good, because Kissinger hated him and Murdoch hated him. That's why they groomed Ron DeSantis to take over. Don't let it happen. Ronnie DeSantis was set up over COVID. He's a COVID hero, and he was ready to go. Okay, let me leave you with this.
Ron DeSantis, Mr. Free Speech himself, who literally signed an anti-American free speech bill in Israel with Benjamin Netanyahu over his shoulders. They're definitely grooming him to be the next president. We'll see what happens if Trump runs, what decision they decide to make, what predetermined decision they decide to make.
This. for those of you that don't know, is dominating the headlines.
Can you turn that camera off so we have a problem? I don't want to have that bit for PD call. Just let's talk first. I have no idea who you are.
Mike Gill, run for governor.
Okay.
State of corruption.
All right.
You know who I am.
No, actually, I don't.
No, is it why we have to shut this on?
No, I'm asking you as a gentleman.
No, I'm keeping it on as a gentleman.
Mike Gill is speaking to Agent John Delena. After years of exposing the cartel network operating out of New Hampshire, John knows where the 80,000 pounds of fentanyl is, don't you, John? No indictment, nothing in the media. John, where's the 80,000 pounds of fentanyl? And how many investment properties do you have now, John? Mike finally forced them to act in 2016. Less than 2 weeks after this confrontation, in which Agent Delena lies several times, the largest bust of fentanyl in US history took place not far from this DEA location. 80,000 pounds of fentanyl with a small amount of cocaine and heroin of approximately 5 pounds. A tractor trailer stuffed to the eyeballs. All because of Mike Gill, who handed the DEA agent detailed information on the trucking company, the routes, emails, text messages, locations, and all the players. The DEA did absolutely zero groundwork on the bust, but they sure as hell took all the credit. And in fact, they took a hell of a lot more than that. Notably mentioned are the day-to-day operator of the cartel in New Hampshire, Dick Anagnost. He runs hospitals, rehab clinics, casinos, Harley-Davidson retailers, and is a convicted drug trafficker. That's what I said to Mike today, and I'll play some of that in the interview I did with him. But I said, well, how the hell does he get, he's a convicted drug trafficker running casinos. He said, because they own everybody. They run the casinos, the lottery, everything. The whole state is owned from top to bottom. It's the clearinghouse. They can't afford to have anyone off the books. No one's off the books. Everyone's paid. But not everyone, as Mike said. A lot of coppers came to him and gave him information. Don't let them demoralize you. Good police, they're a good FBI, they're a good DEA, and we build this momentum. They'll come out of the woodwork and start.
This is going to be a fucking big interview, guys. I don't know how big it's going to get. I've seen retweets from people that have never interacted with me before. I've seen Brendan O'Connell retweet me. I know we had some kind of past issue. We're past that. This is such a bigger story than I think. From my opinion, I'm not speaking for Brendan O'Connell or saying anything about him. There's no issues on my end. I think I streamed with Adam Green from No More News, who is a friend of mine. I think they had a thing that they don't get along. He saw me on there and just made a quick comment in a stream about me. Water under the bridge. This is nothing. This doesn't matter at this point.
Extracting a little revenge. Remember Dave Frasca, the guy that single-handedly stopped 5 separate investigations into 9/11?
Now, the DE agent ends up going on TV on Fox News 2 weeks after he gets this information, talking about how he's taken down this huge cartel, and you get these people, like James O'Keefe, we're going to expose everything, we're going to expose this, we're going to expose that. When has James O'Keefe ever exposed a government agent, a DEA agent, an FBI agent, anything like that? No, he keeps it very kosher, because he's a Zionist. He keeps it very close to the vest. Oh, I'll expose this small thing about Pfizer that everybody knows. I'll let people know that Twitter's censoring people. Oh, thanks for the breaking news. I didn't know Twitter was censoring people. These bullshit Dominion voting machines that don't even matter. And he has the same lawyer as the people that represent Dominion voting machines. And people don't understand the conflict of interest there. These are staged videos, guys. He's not exposing anything. You think he had to step down because he took a pregnant woman's sandwich? Because he was a tough boss to work for? How would that make sense? How would that make sense? he was so mean that they're just willing to lose millions of dollars, and the person that gives their company any credibility, their 501c3 nonprofit, Project Veritas, they would just get rid of him because he was mean to somebody. And now you have people coming out saying he wasn't mean to people. It's all a smokescreen. He just needed to go away for a while. That's why you haven't heard from him in a while. He's only given one statement to his board. He hasn't posted a tweet. Now, one of the Kennedys, the famous Kennedy family, posted a tweet hanging out with James O'Keefe about a week ago, but he hasn't posted anything. So this is gonna get very interesting. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this interview. I'm trying to find the one thing. I think I X'd out of the video. Someone said, with the Ghislaine. Well, funny thing about Ghislaine, where did Ghislaine buy a house? In the middle of the whole Epstein, when it was at its fever pitch, where did Ghislaine Maxwell feel safe enough to buy a house? Does anyone know? Does anyone know where she was living at that point? Remember the house that Ghislaine Maxwell had? Oh, it just happened to be in New Hampshire. So she felt pretty safe being in New Hampshire. Now I want to get to a point in this interview.
Yeah. Ms. Bill Shaheen.
If this is the one. Because he posts a couple of documents.
You'll see it. 2 weeks later, tractor trailer load of fentanyl. 80,000 pound capacity truck. Front to back of fentanyl. The largest bust in the history of this country is 254 million, with the possibility of killing 100 million people, right? The head of the DEA flies to New Hampshire. They make a big public spectacle, saying, look what we did. And the guy I gave the evidence to, John DeLaner, he's front and center on the television. Now, we have all this recorded. Saying they got this, you ready? In several tons.
How many years is this?
Several tons. With 3 years ago. Maybe 2.5. So understand this. Those several tons, as we talked about it, with just 3 tons, could kill 2.4 billion people. Now, ready? Why isn't that the number one bust? Why is it that Kelly had to come down, the head of the DEA, to announce it? Where did it go? Who did they get it from? Who went to jail? That's the biggest bust in the history of this country by multiple times. It came from this cartel. Understand this. People say this is New Hampshire. It's a distribution center. They got a small state. It's fully leveraged and controlled. You have an airport, right? You turn around and you become the distribution center.
It's really applicable to me in Arkansas with Bill Clinton and what they were running.
The corrupt. Right. Why can't you have one politician, other than me and Aaron Day, turn around and say, there's corruption in this state? Ask any politician. They won't even give you an answer. They won't tell you there is, and they won't tell you there's not. Well, I have, right? You're going to see that I'm engaged with the criminals that run this state. I'm engaged right now with the drug dealers that are in this state, the crooked politicians that run this state. We're engaged, and you get to see who they really are. Now, we have a hearing with Shaheen and Gordon, Griner, and Dawson Cruz. There are your principles. Now you're going to hear Steve Gordon from Shaheen Gordon argue that all those situations that I said, all the people that I said were guilty, that I was lying.
Yeah, so they actually brought him to court for defamation for saying this guy's corrupt, this guy's corrupt, this guy's involved in drug dealing, this guy's, doing this. And they tried to bring Mike Gill to court, and they lost that case.
Find all of them.
I'm just skimming through a little bit.
Mike,
I wanted to see
50.
if I can find the document. I'm going to turn the volume down while I do this. All right. From Robert Curley. My client is willing to settle this matter for $50 million. There are a number of conditions attached to this settlement offer. However, the first condition is not agreed upon by all parties, then the remaining conditions are moot. The first condition is that Mr. Gill will not agree to confidentiality agreement that has been proposed or any other agreements dealing with confidentiality. Should you agree to that amount and the first condition, then we can discuss the settlement further. Now for this guy, $50 million. And we're going to hear all about it tonight. So, hope you guys want to enjoy a fun interview. You can go to Odyssey. You can set the notification right now. I already put it up. I'll be posting links about it. I don't think I'm going to be doing any other streams today. I think I'll just be researching and kind of just getting my head around. I still have to do the template for the interview, so I have to actually I'm going to handwrite that one out so I can have some notes on the side, because there's a lot of names. And during this interview, you're going to hear a lot of names. And even myself, a lot of people won't know some of these names. So during the interview, will be pulling up who these people are. When he's going, and he can go and he knows a lot of shit. I'll be pulling up the corroborating information of who these people are. And I think the interview is going to be great. I think it's going to be smooth. And I think people are going to learn a lot of information about what's going on down in New Hampshire, this whole James O'Keefe thing, this whole Project Veritas thing, and just how deep it goes. So that's a 30-minute quick little morning chat, coffee with Croco, on a very small channel. I didn't want to do it on Odyssey. I just wanted to hang out with a couple loyal peeps. If you guys join the stream later and want to support it, I'm going to split right down the middle any donations that come in with Mike, because he's bringing the information. And I think he has a GoFundMe basically at this point just for, personal protection, because they will go after him again. He's had 3 threats on his life at this point, physically, not to mention just death threats in general. So if anybody wants to support the show, it's cash.app/$crockotruth. Anything's appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys tonight at 5, unless I post a short video just kind of promoting the interview, which this is kind of what that is. So I don't see myself doing another one. So see you guys tonight at 5 Eastern. If not, you guys can catch the replay, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. What trading cards are those on the wall? Those are tarot cards.